You would hope so. I think the big concern with the Conor McGregor fight in the 2020s onwards is it's a little bit of the boy who cried wolf. He talks a lot on social media, he makes big promises, and they never really follow through. To your point, he hasn't fought since July of 2021.
Shama, 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 Shama.
Yo, what's up, guys? Hey, I just wanted to give a quick thank you to all of you guys that supported me, the people in my life that are a big deal to me, that really helped me do this thing. Thank you. And yeah, I watched the fight last night because I can't sleep. And that's an absolutely winnable fight.
Don't throw.
The MMA world has been hit with one of the biggest bombshells of the year, and it all starts with Conor McGregor. The former two-division UFC champion has officially accepted an 18-month sanction after missing multiple anti-doping tests, a decision that's now making massive headlines across the fight world.
Since last time we spoke, news broke of Conor McGregor getting a suspension, an 18-month suspension since your lightweight. What are your reactions to those news?
Zero reaction. Because a lot of information in media and a lot of information is the fake, so I don't know this is the truth.
That was announced by the entity that does the testing.
It's great, but maybe like 5-7 years ago he was good sportsman, but right now he is just businessman. I don't care about him, you know. Of course he's a big person in MMA, he changed a lot MMA, but right now for me is the normal guy. If I can meet him, no problem, I can crush him.
According to the UFC's official statement, McGregor failed to comply with combat sports anti-doping testing schedule not once, but 3 separate times in 2024. On June 13th, September 19th, and September 20th. Each of those no-shows was recorded as a whereabouts failure, ultimately adding up to a full violation of the policy.
Conor has a very abnormal life. So, just to give you an example, Conor's scheduled to be in LA. LA gets changed and Conor's instead got to be in Seattle. It is Conor's job to update that. Now, let's just say in that couple-hour flight that they show up in LA, where he said that he would be. Let's say that he's and just hasn't got around to doing it. Let's just give him every benefit of the doubt. And then he updates that he's in Seattle. If they, in fact, walked to the hotel door that he said he would be in, knocked, and he's not there, that is a violation. Now, they understand that these things can.
Now, McGregor's camp hasn't said much, but fans can't stop talking. Many believe this long-awaited sanction could explain why the Notorious hasn't been inside the octagon, despite teasing multiple returns. The decision means McGregor will remain sidelined for quite some time, and unless there is a major appeal, his 2025 comeback might already be off the table.
Want somebody to pop hot, because that diminishes your value and returns.
Hang on, are you saying some of these lads take drugs?
Pizzi, you're putting words in my mouth. I'm saying all of these lads take drugs.
Oh my God.
The reality is you can have 2 options. No testing or this type of random testing, and one will produce better outcomes than the other in terms of catching cheaters. The middle ground of like, hey, after the event or after the basketball game, we're going to test you. It's never going to work. That's not going to catch anybody. That's not true testing.
I don't think it has to, by the way, I don't think it has to be right after the game because that's too obvious. But I think you could say.
So how do you do it if it's not random?
I think you could say between the hours of such and such.
This development has shaken the MMA scene because for months, McGregor had been hinting at massive fight announcements, even dropping posts suggesting negotiations were complete, but the testing failures changed everything.
So I think the big concern with the Conor McGregor fight in the 2020s onwards is it's a little bit of the boy who cried wolf. He talks a lot on social media, he makes big promises, and they never really follow through. To your point, he hasn't fought since July of 2021. He was supposed to fight Michael Chandler at International Fight Week a couple years ago, pulls out with an injured pinky toe. However, there's something so alluring about this White House card that it has every fighter on the roster chomping at the bit to be a part of it. When Reporters asked Dana White about John Jones being on this card.
Behind the scenes, the mood is tense. Some insiders claim McGregor's missed tests were simply a case of poor timing and confusion around his training schedules. Others think he was avoiding random testing altogether, but either way, the UFC's anti-doping arm made it clear. Rules apply to everyone.
Conor McGregor pulled out of the Michael Chandler fight at UFC 303. Remember, at that point, we had heard about his toe injury, a potential broken toe, but there were very odd circumstances surrounding it. Number one, there was an announced press conference that was supposed to take place in Dublin, and then it just didn't happen, and we didn't really have any answers for it. And rumors started to swirl that potentially Conor was injured and was not going to be able to compete. But he missed the test the day before they called the fight off. I'm just saying that is a little suspicious as to what potentially was a reason for that. And then a couple of months later, in September 19th, September 20th, not really sure what to make of that. Conor, like they said, wasn't preparing for a fight.
And while McGregor takes his hit, the rest of the MMA world is anything but quiet, because on the other side, Alex Pereira, the current light heavyweight king, has been stirring the pot again, this time by taking shots at Team Khabib and Ali Abdelaziz, Khabib Nurmagomedov's longtime manager. After Pereira's big win at UFC 320, he didn't hold back online. Fans spotted subtle digs aimed toward Khabib's team, which immediately went viral. Pereira's victory had already sent shockwaves through the rankings, but his post-fight attitude made it even louder. It seems like Pereira isn't just fighting in the cage, he's making headlines too.
Everybody, I'm gonna give a speech.
Você trouxe moleque agora.
I'm gonna give a speech.
Ah, mentira. Cadê a caixa? Speech. Essa aí, galera, por favor. Chama. 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 Let's go. Chama. 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 Chama.
And speaking of rankings, the latest pound-for-pound list is everyone talking. After UFC 320, both Alex Pereira and Merab Dvalishvili made major moves upward. Merab's incredible performance at bantamweight impressed the community, and former fighter Kenny Florian went as far as to call him the Khabib of 135 pounds.
I think his biggest threat, Ray, lies outside of the division at 145 pounds. That's what I think. Whoa. And and I heard, John talking about, him potentially going to 145. I don't know if it was, in the near future or not, but I don't see anybody as of right now. Again, I'm really curious about that next upcoming fight with Umar. I think, gosh, who are we talking about? Why am I blanking on his name?
So George
Mario Bautista. I think if he can put it together and show that he can truly counter wrestle, I think he's a legitimate threat.
Yeah.
But other than that, man, I don't know.
Yeah,
he's the Khabib at 135 pounds, really.
Well, 1,000,000%.
Florian's words quickly caught attention. He explained that Merab's relentless pressure, wrestling control, and gas tank reminded him of Khabib in his prime, and fans agreed, saying Merab's evolution has turned him into one of the toughest puzzles in the division. With his dominance and steady rise, some are even predicting he could soon surpass champions if he keeps his momentum rolling.
What did you make of Merab's performance? Pretty impressive against Corey.
So I found Merab on Looking for a Fight, and literally Matt Serra told me that night, this guy's going to be one of your greatest champions ever. It took me a while to see it, and a lot of other people, I think. Everybody always doubts him. Corey is a very, very fucking tough guy, and wasn't the most exciting fight of the night, but Merab dominated.
He seems to want to fight in December, to the surprise of no one. Is that something? I guess you'd entertain another short notice fight for Merab?
What did he say?
He wants to fight in December pay-per-view.
December? There's another Tuesday conversation.
But while Merab is earning praise, another legend's name just returned to headlines. Ronda Rousey. Yes, the former women's bantamweight superstar who changed the sport forever might be training again. Dana White recently commented on Ronda's current state and admitted that she's back in the gym, though he didn't confirm anything official. Still, his words were enough to spark a flood of speculation that Rowdy Ronda could be plotting a surprise comeback.
When you say things like it's going to be the greatest fight card ever assembled, our imaginations run wild, right? And one of the things people have been wondering about is Ronda Rousey. She posted like she's finding her love for MMA again and training hard. Have you talked to her? Does she have any desire to return to the UFC?
Yeah, her and I are still very close when we talk. You know, I would say we probably talk once every 3 months or something like that. And she was in Vegas recently, and she came by the offices. But yeah, I don't know what her plans are. I think she's just training again.
According to White, Ronda has been training hard and looks physically sharp again. Fans are already imagining dream matchups. Could Ronda ever face someone like Juliana Pena or even challenge for a belt again? White kept things vague but hinted that she's definitely still got it.
Would you throw out a feeler and see if she would be interested in that?
No, I mean, she just had 3 babies, and she's in a whole nother, place in her life. But I will say this, she's had another baby, and she's in great shape right now. I mean, she's freaking ripped like she used to be. So, I don't know.
Social media exploded instantly. For years, fans thought Ronda's MMA chapter had fully closed after her UFC exit and WWE run, but the idea of her walking back into the octagon even once more has reignited massive excitement and maybe a bit of nostalgia.
Yeah, and I would jump on that 3. Okay. Like forward. Okay. Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah. Turn your chest and point it this way before you hook. Yeah, you see about that. You see about that. 1, 2. Good stuff. Don't throw it.
While that buzz continues, another fighter has reappeared with a ban. Sean Strickland. After serving his recent suspension, Strickland has come forward with a bold new call-out, and it's one that no one expected.
Did with the 55 or the 70, or what's his name? Gilbert. Yeah. Like once he realizes he can't can maul you and you don't quit, he quits and turns into a boxing match. And I just don't know if there's anybody at that division other than me that knows what it's like to grapple those fuckers. I've been training with those fucking cave dwellers, dude, my whole fucking life, dude. Like, these motherfuckers live in this gym, dude. So it kind of saddens me that, the fucking Frenchman.
He set his sights on what he calls the American Hamzat. The fiery middleweight took to social media to challenge this mysterious opponent, signaling that he's hungry for a statement-making return. His fans, of course, are divided. Some think Strickland just wants headlines, while others believe he's serious about facing anyone who can match his chaotic energy.
Yeah, I don't know. I would imagine that me and Fluffy might be going at it. I don't know, dude. I would imagine that's a fight to make. Yeah. But, yeah, dude, already aren't doing it. I broke my arm, and I was training with him 2 weeks later, and I was fucking mauling him in grappling. Well, he's good at jiu-jitsu, bro. He's real good at jiu-jitsu. But it's the thing about jiu-jitsu, you just don't do it. If you take a motherfucker down and you just don't pass their guard, you don't give them the arm, they just lay on their back. And, it's almost easier because it doesn't even try to get up.
Known for his unpredictable persona and wild training methods, Strickland's comeback already looks explosive. Insiders say the UFC could do considering potential matchups that would test his grit immediately, possibly even a clash with rising contenders who have been waiting for their breakout moment. But Strickland isn't the only one facing chaos. Magomed Ankalaev, one of the division's most skilled but controversial fighters, has been in the spotlight for all the wrong reasons lately. After his high-stakes rematch against Alex Pereira at UFC 320, his team came forward claiming Ankalaev never should have fought that night. Alex was the best man on Saturday night, Abdelaziz wrote. His manager revealed that Ankalaev was dealing with serious issues heading into the fight, suggesting that he was compromised. That revelation added another layer to his recent struggles, especially after losing in such a brutal fashion. He wrote, "And we take our losses like men. We move on. I don't have any problems with Alex. I respect everything he accomplished. There is a lot of things happened with Ankalaev in his camp, but it's for him to talk about, not me. And if I need to talk about it, I'll talk about it. If it was up to me, he should have never fought due to some things, but he's a grown-up man. He makes his own decisions and he lives by his actions. It didn't stop there. Ankalaev's team went further, blasting fans online and calling out critics who questioned his toughness. His manager even said that people who mock Ankalaev don't understand what it takes to step into the cage while injured.
I think Islam will beat Alex Pereira at 205. I do. I swear everything Allah. I think Islam Makhachev will beat Alex Pereira. He's just gonna take him down and finish him, submit him.
The rivalry between the two continues to grow. Pereira's fan base sees him as the more composed champion, while Ankalaev supporters insist he has been unfairly painted as the villain. Either way, the narrative has become one of these sport's most talked about storylines.
Yet he still stayed there on the ground, curled up like a bitch. You're right. Good one. Thank you for saying that. That's really cool. Yeah, that's even worse. It is worse, dude. Wide awake, gets hit once. Stop! Hey! Got hit by one good shot. Please, Herb, help! Didn't even try and shoot a single leg, didn't even get back up. Hey, sorry.
What's clear is that UFC 320 reshaped the current landscape. From Pereira's dominance to Ankalaev's future now hanging in uncertainty, and with so many big names colliding and controversies piling up, this event might be remembered as one of the turning points of 2025. And that's what makes the current MMA scene so unpredictable. Conor McGregor's sanction might have stolen today's headlines, but the aftershocks of UFC 320 and the resurgence of names like Ronda Rousey and Sean Strickland show that the sport is in one of its wildest eras yet.
Hey, let me have it. Okay. I'm gonna die on this sword right here. Okay. Okay. Bicep slicer. Oh. That lubed me up for the kill.
Every division feels alive again, with new rivalries, comeback stories, and shocking twists emerging week after week. Pereira continues to rule with an iron fist and a trolling smile, Merab Dvalishvili's rise looks unstoppable, and McGregor's uncertain return still lingers like a shadow over the sport's biggest stage.
I tell you this, to promote on its own is easy, and also, coincidentally, to fight on its own is easy. People don't really realize that. You know, you get these fighters, they come up and it's no one cares about you. You rock in under the radar, no one asks you a question, you get to show up and have fun and do your thing. Then when you rise, you've got to add this promotional anthem to it, and both of them combined is incredibly draining. And I wouldn't be the first to tell you, it almost broke me, and to be honest, maybe it did break me as I went on and I achieved massive success and global, out of this otherworldly superstardom. It overcame me at times. So to promote and fight at a high level deserves support and respect.
Fans are already speculating, will McGregor's 18-month ban mark the end of an era, or just another dramatic pause before another classic McGregor comeback? If there is one thing history shows, it's that Conor always finds a way to stay in the spotlight, even when he's not fighting.
Oh, sorry.
I'm sorry, dude. I'm ecstatic. Very. Proud, be proud. I'm telling you, you're unbelievable.
Hold on, do you want a whiskey?
From sanctions to comebacks, from trolling champions to controversial losses, the octagon has never been this dramatic. Because in today's MMA, the fights don't just happen in the cage, they happen everywhere. So that is all from us for today. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below, and if you enjoyed this video, hit like and subscribe for all the latest updates in the MMA world. Until then, stay tuned.